Hey everyone, it's your boy the Star God. I'm back with another video. Now, today in school, I got into a discussion with the teacher's aide. This discussion happened because on the news we heard of an individual trying to run over a cop with his vehicle. Now, uh, a few things were said here and there that started the conversation. But regardless, it started with me saying that whether I knew the individual who tried to run a cop over or not, I wouldn't say anything because I'm not a snitch. Number one, and number two, I'm morally gray. And number three, I just don't like cops. But teachers A told me that I should like cops because at the end of the day, they're supposed to protect you, right? And she also said that when push comes to shove, you may need to call cops, and that might just save your life, right? And she also went on to say that there was a lot of stigma with police officers, this and that, right? But the thing that really stuck out to me is when I told her that I don't like cops, simply for the fact, well, several facts, but I don't like cops, and the big reason is that they're killing a minority group, which is AKA me, but I didn't want to say that in that manner, so I just stuck with that instead. And her response was, yeah, but statistically, there's more bad people out here than there are cops. Now, while that's true, I feel like that's not really a comeback to my argument. That's more so saying that, yeah, cops may kill a minority or black people, aka, but at the end of the day, there's more bad people out there in the world than there are of them, which somehow justifies the act of killing an entire race. How does it? I have no fucking idea. Now, while I disagree with her and think that she was being a bit, how should I say this? I feel as if she was being a bit unreasonable, especially maybe because of her last statement. But nonetheless, I understand that at the end of the day, we all gonna have our opinions, and we can always agree and disagree. So I have no problem with what she said, even though I highly disagree with it. Highly. But after that interaction, I began to think a lot on the matter. And I realized that there is a possibility where I may find myself being forced to call the black Nazis in a scenario where they are needed. Now, as y'all know, I am a believer in standing for what you believe in no matter what, and not folding no matter what happens, right? But I can't ignore the possibility of actually getting them involved in a manner in which might be beneficial for me, right? So if that does happen, I feel as if the only reason I would even call him in the first place is if my back was against the wall and my little life was threatened in a manner that needed to be addressed, right? I see that as the only reason I will ever call him. Now, would I actually do it in that situation? It depends. It depends. Because me knowing that statistically they're targeting black people as a race and killing us a lot, I feel as if I find myself in such a situation that doesn't look good for me, it could end very, very, very badly. So if I was to call them and ask for their aid, I would have to do it. It would have to be well thought out, and well, essentially it would have to be well thought out, and I would be doing so knowing the risk, right? Because it can always backfire. It can always backfire. Now, the lady also said that there is good cops in this world. I believe that. I told you several times that there are good cops. However, since they don't want to stand against the bad ones and or help them get locked up for committing crimes, including murder, then they're just as responsible by the association, right? They're just as bad, right? So, with that said, I understand that my point of view of police and how I hope for their deaths and or is glad when a police officer does indeed die is both immoral and can be very disheartening to hear. However, even with acknowledging that there are good police officers in this world, I cannot ignore the data and the statistical facts in regards to black people and police interaction. So, since it is a well-known fact that black police target black people for various reasons, including killing us, a lot of killing, I find myself unable to respect police officers in any way whatsoever. I find myself unable to sympathize and or be concerned about their well-being. Why? Because at the end of the day, I know that they're killing people who look just like me for literally no reason. And to me, I cannot comprehend being all buddy-buddy with essentially what is my enemy. I can't do that. Knowing what they did and still doing, I can never be buddy-buddy around a police officer. I can never force myself to enjoy their company and or be glad for whatever they may accomplish in the future, right? In my mind, knowing that they're killing us, knowing that they're killing people in general, in mass, knowing that they're targeting others, and knowing that if a killing was to happen, they're most likely to get away with it, and that indeed happened several, if not hundreds of times, if not thousands, actually. I just can't wish nothing but death, and I can't wish nothing but death and misfortune. Yes, I can't wish nothing but death and misfortune towards police officers, because at the end of the day, I know that they'll have no problem taking my life if a situation arises where that they will be able to oh, sorry, I lost my train of thought. Hold on. I can't be buddy with I can't be buddy with them, knowing that if a situation arises and they were able to decide that they needed to take my life for whatever reasons, and they probably had no problem with it whatsoever. Right? That's the simple truth. They may very well decide that, hey, you see this black man over there? I mean, he ain't really doing anything, or if he is, he's not really threatening us, but hell, I feel a fan regardless, so I'm gonna go ahead and put a few bullets in them. And that's what happens. And it has happened for a very long time. And I just can't fathom me not disliking them, and me not hating them, and me not wishing nothing but death upon them and everyone else who is a part of the organization. That's a simple fact. In my mind, they're nothing but terrorists. Nothing but terrorists.